1,700 lobbyists in the state of Florida, there are only 60 of us that are black. 60. So when you think about it, there are 23 million people in the state of Florida. We are the 0.0001 of the state that actually knows how government operates. And it's not something I just nerdy. Like I tell the people in the process, there are less than 100 of us. We have a lunch every month or so, but it's like we have to realize we are the lifeblood of this shit. Mm-hmm. Because everybody else complains, they want to find the solutions. We can find a solution within a day. We can not even that long. It could be an hour. Because a lot of it is ingrained knowledge. And honestly, I'll say it like this. I've done this 15 years now. LeBron's done this, 21 years, 22 years? Mm-hmm. There shouldn't be a point where you listen to a LeBron James interview and he can't go down every play all the way through. It's the same way with government. I should be able to say, you know what, I hear what you're saying, but this is exactly why it is, because in the 80s this happened, in the 90s this happened, 2000s, and this is the entire reason why this is here right now, right? There has to be some kind of knowledge base that you're hiring to get there. That's why you can't just Google it. Because anybody who's saying, oh yeah, I'm the top lobbyist, guess what? This is selfless work. A lot of us will get credit. They'll get in the headlines for some news, right? But if I go get $1 million for an organization, it's not for me. The elected official, the senator, the representative take all the credit for it, and the organization gets the money. The most I do is get to take the picture or maybe be in the picture. Mm. There's money. I've gotten money for organizations that people don't even know I got the money for them until they see it online. I post about it. So, what do you mean? I didn't know you were behind this. Yeah, I'm behind this. Who else you thought was doing it? Right? So it's a part of people don't know what they don't know, but there is a point of being involved. I mean, that's my main thing.
Definitely, again, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button, share this live feed out. Make sure you're following Brother Singleton on social media, Hip Hop Lobbyist.